Let me scratch my nose. First thing you need to know about figuring out how many carbs are right for you, you want to eat carbs according to not only your level of activity, but the type of activity that you're doing. What do I mean by that? The types of activity that don't really require a lot of carbohydrates all the time, low intensity workouts, I'm talking things like yoga, Pilates, walking, weightlifting. To feel okay doing those things, you don't need a ton of carbohydrates. If you're sprinting, it's high intensity. If you're walking, it's low intensity. And if you're jogging/running, that's a moderate intensity. If you are eating carbs according to your activity type and you are doing CrossFit, you're gonna need more carbohydrate, period. Unless your CrossFit gym happens to program more of what I would call a strength bias. If you go to a CrossFit gym and you're just kind of walking in and lifting and you're not doing what's called metabolic conditioning or a Metcon, then you'd be okay eating a little bit less carbohydrate. The second factor is eating carbohydrates according to your body type and your own body's response to a higher or lower carbohydrate level. So here's an example. Do you hold on to fat very specifically around, ladies, your bra line, around your lats, your wings? That's a sign that you may be eating more carbohydrate than you really need. So here's a great example. I definitely hold on to body fat there, for sure, 100%. So if I'm eating more carbohydrate, then I'll pack more fat on there. And when I drop my carbs for a period of time, I start to lean out right there. I had a coach who I was consulting with at my CrossFit gym years ago who has a totally different body type than I do and is extremely lean on her back. And I said to her, how are you feeling? And she said her energy wasn't feeling too good. And I looked at her back and I tested her body fat and I was like, you can handle a lot more carbohydrate. The third point about figuring out how many are right for you, you hate it when I say this. I know you do. You want me to give you a prescription. You want me to say, eat this many carbs and that's your answer. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. You have to write down what you're doing. You have to track what's going in. You have to write down what your activity is, and then you have to see how you feel, right? So when I talked about eating more carbohydrates for a period of time and then less, I'm paying very close attention to how do I feel? How's my energy at the gym? How does it feel when I get in there? And I'll tell you what, actually lately, since my carbs are a little bit lower, I don't really feel like getting on the treadmill. I mean, I know some people never feel like getting on the treadmill, but I feel fine lifting weights. So that's something you really need to pay attention to, is how do you feel? And you guys, the biggest thing that I've experienced in the last 6+ years of working with people, with talking to you guys, writing books, coaching, you want someone to tell you exactly what to do. And the problem is I can't tell you exactly what is right for your body because I'm not living in your body. I'm not next to you watching what you're eating every day. I'm not experiencing how you feel. You have to pay attention to that. And so some signs that you're not getting enough carbs for your activity level are low energy. You don't feel great in the gym. Your energy is not good. You're not sleeping well. Your mood isn't good. Those are all really big signs that you're not getting enough carbs. And for the folks who have trouble gaining weight, get in more carbs, for sure, 100%. Now, for people who are like, am I eating too many carbs? If you're really struggling to lose body fat and the type of exercise you're doing doesn't quite demand the carbohydrates that you are eating, you need to lower them. In the overall balance of things, it is about an energy balance that's going in the wrong direction. So what I mean by that is if your overall caloric intake is too high, you'll be in a situation where your body is probably going to hold on to more weight. And if you're at a deficit, then it might lose weight. That's not an exact science. Some people are like, well, I'm eating at a deficit. Why aren't I losing any weight? Well, because it's not quite that simple, but at some point it matters. Are you eating far too many calories for you or far too few calories for you? How much energy are you putting in the tank? And what kind of energy is that? This is another one of those moments where you just have to get real with yourself. If you have goals, you have to adjust what you're doing. If you don't have goals, I don't care what you eat, but it seems like you guys have some goals.
That's all I've got for you guys today. Remember, I post new videos every week. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this video or to share what you want to learn more about from me. I'll see you next week.
I can't tell you exactly what is right for your body because I'm not living in your body. I'm not next to you watching what you're eating every day. I'm not experiencing how you feel. You have to pay attention to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.